Villain tier list. We took pleasure of getting rid of the guys we already don't
Who's?
know.
I don't
So
know them.
to be fair, we either don't know who they are or we can't tell exactly who it is. Right? Like this. I mean, if you know the anime by heart, like yeah, you know who that is, but
Right.
I
Well, with
might
the
know. I can't tell though. Right?
face cut off like that.
Um, yeah, and some art, frames, like, I really can't tell who bro's supposed to be, but maybe if I saw him in color, maybe I know who that is. So, cut us a break on that. All right. The rest of the guys on the roster are guys we know, and hopefully you guys know too. We'll get started. We're gonna rank these villains, all right, off of how they are as villains,
Okay.
like to the protagonist,
Okay.
and the evil deeds that they do on a
Okay.
day-to-day basis in the show.
Fair enough to me. Let's get
We'll start
into
with
it.
Team Rocket since they're up first. Team
James
Rocket. I
D. I
I
say
don't
D. I say
I
D.
don't I don't think they're threatening villains, right?
D. It's straight up like okay,
They
they're
get sent to the
villains.
sky every episode.
Yeah, they're villains. Their villainy act is to steal Pikachu. They have never successfully fully captured Pikachu and sent it to the boss. They're a D. They fail at villains. They're almost like friends, bro. Like, I see you every now and then. You say your intro, and then I see you flying, bro. Like isn't
Now,
they're a D. Villains, nah.
to be fair, they
A
do
nuisance.
some villainly acts on time to time, like from time to time,
They
like
dig
theft,
holes in the ground and drop them in traps at time from time. Okay, I agree with
like
that.
theft, and the universe they're in. That's death. They're gonna kill them traps and stuff that they set up for people. They
True,
would die,
true,
right? But
true.
sure.
But sometimes they
But
be hosting stalls and doing little events and everything, and then like making a profit or not, and giving correct change and whatnot. They're not trying to cheat people at time. And sometimes I think they forget they even villains at times.
yeah, they're D tier. They're D tier villains for sure.
I think they just straight up D.
So big,
Oh,
like this is just a big level up right here. Big
right.
level up.
Cell.
So this is a problem with Cell. I'm gonna scroll up. Problem with Cell is he's hovering somewhere up in here. I think he's like A tier villain.
I'll
The
give
reason
him.
why, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, I was gonna say A or S.
The reason why I think A tier is because Cell, like he made his plans work. He did what he was supposed to do,
Right.
but due to reasons for the show to make him lose, like he found a way to lose.
See,
There's no
I
way I achieve my dream and
right.
I do the things I was supposed to do, the things I was created to do, and find a way to lose. I wouldn't have been playing around like that.
Okay.
But sometimes people get in their own heads.
I kind of want to push him up to S only because he's a villain, right? His villainy thing was to, I guess he wanted to fight Goku and prove that he was the strongest, and he threatened to, destroy the Earth, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't. That's a bad villain. Like, we have villains that don't threaten the Earth. He threatened the Earth on TV, on the news. He said, "I'm gonna blow up. I got a tournament. This is the only way." Like the thing it would may put him down to A. He gave him an out. Y'all can beat me. Y'all say. But I'm just saying, y'all don't do this. I'm blowing up the Earth. I don't care what y'all say. But again, he did it for his own amusement, right? Because
Then you know what? Yeah, it's like okay, that's fair. That's fair. Because if we think about what he was doing before he became perfect,
he was just exorbiting people, bro. Snatching
That's
them
a
out,
villain.
just leaving clothes.
bro pulled up with a nasty. He had a cold theme song playing while he's dragging that old man, and that dude's like, "Help me!" to Piccolo, and you see that dude's life, like his flesh is just going away.
Bro,
Drinking him like
homie
drinking him like he's drinking out of a straw. Like that's villain work for
homie
sure.
was an oversized mosquito.
Yeah,
Like
honestly, that's all he was.
I don't like shots, and I promise you, I ain't gonna like what he's trying to do. So
Okay, I can
my book,
rock with
he's
S.
he's
I can rock with
straight
the
up
S for
villain for
sure.
that alone. That's
right.
Blackbeard, One Piece.
Blackbeard. Your take on Blackbeard as a
S.
villain, because I haven't gotten to him.
S tier. I don't want to spoil nothing too much for you. I'm just saying he's bad. He's just definitely, bro. He don't betray people. He's over here taking abilities. He's doing the most, and the people that he had to step across to get to where he's at. S tier, bad villain. He's an evildoer. He's just a villain.
Next.
That guy. He's from Zatch Bell. I forgot what his name was, but I put him as a. I'm trying to think how bad he was. He to me, he's. But scroll up. I put him at a B, bro. He was more like a bully. Yeah, like I mean, the whole premise of it, Zatch Bell, it was a tournament style Momoto battle. Last one standing becomes the Momoto king. He was already strong. He have a strong partner, and how the Momoto battle is, you have to find a person who can read your spell book. So y'all gotta be compatible, essentially.
Yeah.
So his partner and him matched up well, and like he treated the main character like doo-doo, even like in their world, and the main character lost his memory and all that. So I don't know. He was just a bully to me. He didn't seem like a villain. He was just a jerk.
Okay. Orochimaru.
Ooh, Orochimaru. All right.
Orochimaru. So apparently, he don't know how to stay on one side of the totem pole. In Boruto, I guess he's a solid dude in Boruto.
Right.
So he loses some points for that. But we're talking about Orochimaru as a villain.
As a villain, he was up there. That man, he was just like, he had friends reaching out trying to bring him back, and he's over there like, no, I'm not doing that. He's manipulating people. He's taking people under his wings. And he over here trying to steal people's skins, bro. Like he
was doing some nasty work. He possessed the Hokages, the first and second.
Yes, he don't took them
and used them to help kill
dig up the grave. Right.
Yeah.
The third is his own teacher. You feel me? Like, you a villain if you can kill your own mentor.
Yeah, that's villain work for sure. You thinking A or S though?
Okay, as a villain, as a villain, I'm just gonna go A.
Okay.
A. It's like besides the whole point of him switching sides and all that. It's just like his own student, wasn't like afraid of him. I don't know. He just wasn't.
Illumi.
S. Okay,
Illumi didn't do. He didn't do nothing like.
No, he's just an overprotective brother.
He was an overprotective brother, and he just made Killua's life harder.
Right.
I don't even think he's a villain, honestly. But
he's just an assassin. That's his job.
I'm not putting him on their level.
Yeah, no, their level. No, yeah, their level is this. I ain't gonna lie, you on that level? That's a shame.
They might have some reserves down here, but I honestly maybe right. They might have some reserves joining them, but
right.
Yeah, Illumi wasn't that bad of a villain.
Yeah, no.
He still found a way to make the protagonist's life hard, so that's fair. Hisoka, we know who he is. We know who he is. Hisoka is like, he's like Illumi, but just a little bit like better.
Right.
Like he's a very nasty individual.
Right.
For those that haven't seen Hunter x Hunter, he's a nasty individual.
Right. But is he?
But as a villain, like he wasn't really like doing villainous things to make
he just
so much harder for everybody else.
Exactly. He was just moving on his own agenda. Whatever was more entertaining for him, for his future, that's all he did. He didn't give anything else.
Okay. Crollo, the boss. Crollo. The thing is, Crollo, like, he's kind of like in Hisoka's position. It's like Illumi, and then Hisoka's a step up from him, and Crollo's like a step up from him.
Right.
Crollo wasn't like a S tier. He's barely an A tier villain. Honestly, he's barely an A tier villain. But
I didn't see him do anything crazy to be like S tier villain. That's the thing. Yeah, like,
what I will say is Crollo was was down for like, whatever he had to do to make, he was down for the things Hisoka's not really down for. Hisoka doesn't care if you're not strong. He doesn't even feel like you're worth the time. But Crollo went and took out an entire room full of like executives, like all those people they killed in that auction, All those people he killed, he didn't
Those
even
higher
have to
ups,
kill
yeah.
them. He just did it.
He just did it. Yeah. True that. True that. And he steals
All
abilities
the
too.
and he steals abilities.
Yeah.
The one girl's ability, he uses that so that he can find the information that he needs to know about, you know, the little rat, I guess,
Right.
that
Right.
happened.
In some cases, you could say that's pretty villainous right there, because depending if you love your ability or not, and he stole it, well, now you just lost part of yourself, right?
Yeah,
So
we'll leave him at A for
yeah,
now.
he's
We'll leave him
fine.
at A. Madara, we don't need to talk about Madara.
And
That's a
put him up
S.
there.
This is Akashi from
From Kokoro.
Kuroko's basketball.
Okay.
Now, the thing about sport animes is like these guys aren't necessarily like villains.
Actually,
They're high school
villain. Right.
students just trying to do the same thing that the protagonist is trying to do. But Akashi was crazy.
The movie did with the scissors was wild.
Bro is over here stabbing another high school student across
Just
the
to
face
test
with a
reflexes.
scissors. Just to test his reflexes. He had no reasons to do that. And then he cuts his hair, and then this is how we get this picture.
Right.
He cuts bangs, and that's how we get this picture. But honestly, like, yeah, he's like a Lumi tier villain. Like, if we're counting him as a villain, he was crazy enough to like make his own teammates like rethink their own decisions.
Okay.
Like, bro, like he talking about he said, I'll gouge out my eyeballs if we lose this game. I'm like, bro, like chill, bro. It's a high school basketball game.
It ain't that deep.
Like, I promise it's not that serious, bro. You can relax, man. But he knew how to like really control the situation.
Right.
And that's something that I think a villain, like if he has to be a villain, that's like the bare minimum he can do. Right.
Like he's just like a
Attack the main
mastermind.
character, one of the main characters, and control the situation with an iron fist, right?
Right.
Pretty good villain in my book for what his show stands for. He doesn't need to, be a villain for real. Meruem.
S10.
S. Don't really need to talk about it. I'm not gonna spoil it. S. We'll just leave him there.
I'm also gonna put that man up. I think also
is like
A?
the worst A, best A, worst S. It's hard to like point a case for
okay,
Shigaraki.
I give it to you only because of how the anime is, and it's hard to say what action is actually being taken. Is it actually Tomura? What's happening? So
yeah.
So
the thing, you know what the thing is, it's like with who he is to some of the characters in the story, like he turned out just as bad as he could turn out.
Right. You know what? Drop him down to an A.
And he uses. Go ahead.
I would say drop him down to an A because with his quirk, he could have done way worse. He could do way more destructive. He could have really be just ending lives right now.
Yeah,
and he could. As a villain, I feel like that's where you would be at, right?
Yeah.
And his whole thing, he's talking about, I want to destroy things. I want destruction. What's stopping you then? Just destroy.
Yeah, handle business, bro.
Yeah, dude, stand on it, bro. But he's not doing that, so I'd say A.
Okay. All right, everybody, we're gonna cut this short. We're gonna be back for part 2. If you like the list so far, let us know. If you have any adjustments that you would make personally, comment down below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell. Zanime Heads. We'll be back for part 2. Signing off.